What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great night. We are here, and look, I told some of you I was going to try to get that trade video out tonight. That is not going to happen. I literally, you know me, Mr. Have to go above and beyond. I have right now 25 effing names on this show. I could make it 30. I've got like 28, 29 that there's a possible like 3 or 4 more that I want to throw on there. I went through every single team's depth chart. Now, making graphics for all of these guys is what is time consuming. So therefore, that show will be tomorrow, but look out for it. It's going to be 25 to 30 effing players, all of their contract details. Yeah, that's right. I'm putting in the work. So we're going to talk about every single player that you have asked me about, all of the possible trade candidates, why I feel they're trade candidates, why I don't think that they're trade candidates, especially for the Eagles. But you can be a fan of anyone at this point. I'm throwing them all in the ring. Let's effing go. But tonight, there were some updates, and there were a bunch of questions asked to me today that apparently a lot of people missed out on this information. Now, maybe some of the people missed out on the cap space due to the fact that it was a DeAndre Swift video, but I had the cap information and I did the math, myself, but that's why I always say estimated because you never know what kind of numbers are going to change. So just wanted to let you know I was a little bit off, and it is by a good amount, so forgive me, but I was off by $2. So apologies for that, but let's take a gander at this cap space here. $17,933,488. Appreciate OTC for that info. So we go with all of these notable cap hits and the current cap space that you see here, right? And we've talked about all of these guys throughout all of the moves that have been made. Talked about, Mailata threw him up there. Everybody asks, but look, that move was made for savings in the future years, but I threw it all up there so you can see the cap hits for all of these players here. But again, I had given it to you, and I think 490 was the final there, but it's 488. So 17,933,488 would be the current cap space. But you know me, I'm always going to go a little bit further. So I have the numbers for the rookie draft picks. I've had all of their salary cap hits for a long time. So I explained what you do is you replace them with the bottom 4 because we're only 4 picks are actually affecting our salary cap. So we take the 4 that affect it. You replace them with the bottom 4 of the top 51 that make up the Eagles salary cap. And, I added them into this graphic as well. So we're going to take a look at this updated cap space, but I'm going to keep you waiting. So let me get to these comments real quick, and then we'll take a gander at that. My man Sean in the building. Yo, appreciate you, dude. Liz, let's go. We got a party in the house. My man Fuji doing great. My man, I appreciate you taking the time. Hope you're doing well. Drew as well. Let's go. You guys are ready to rock and roll, and I'm all about it. So appreciate you all tuning in. Yo, let's effing go. I'm here. You're here. We're all ready for the Eagle season to start. But unfortunately, we've got a long wait. So I'm going to keep bringing you all kinds of information anytime any of this stuff changes. So I apologize that it's not the trade video. It's going to have to be a quick one tonight. Got to spend some time with the family here. It has been, my life is not even real these past couple months. The draft just essentially steals all of my free time. It's time consuming, but I love, talking that stuff with you guys, but I'm going to have to be a quick one tonight. And tomorrow I'm going to bring you the most information. It's just like, today was like, really, man, every second I had, I'm like, this is going to take me 9 years. So tomorrow I'm going to bust that out tonight. I'll probably be up till like 5 a.m. making those. So cannot wait for that, but appreciate you, Brand, and Justin, my man. Let's go. Yo, I'm going to keep busting out this info. You guys keep coming back for it. Can't do this without you. So appreciate you all. But we'll be talking about all that in the trade show tomorrow. Appreciate you all taking the time, Twisted Luffy. But let's take a gander at this updated cap space here. And you see here, you've got yourself that $13.5 million I was talking about the other day. So clearly it changed by $2 effing. But what I did was change this graphic around, and well, you see the names in green there. Well, those are those rookies, and you can see where they stand when it comes to cap hits amongst the guys that were re-signed, signed, extended. So that's why they're the notable cap hits. This isn't all of it, but I could make one of those for you if you wanted. But these are the ones that you need to know that changed all that great stuff. But you see here, baby, let's effing go. Now, the reason you don't see Brett Toth anymore is, well, what did we talk about? We're replacing the bottom 4 cap hits with those. So the reason Sidney Brown is there and you don't see Kelee Ringo is because Kelee Ringo is 955,000. So he does not, surpass Nicholas Morrow. He is below that. He does not affect the salary cap. Neither does any of the other draft picks after that. So if you have any questions about that, you're not understanding what I'm saying. Those are the 4 guys, but feel free to ask any questions you have. But you see Jalen Carter, 3.9, Nolan Smith, 2.18 there, Steen and Brown, 1.04, with a little extra change for Steen there because he was a pick above him. But look, man, Howie continues to work his magic, and tomorrow's going to be a barn burner because, the Eagles do have cap space. We keep hearing they don't, they can't, when they extend, when they draft. Well, guess what? I've been on top of all of it, and we're still going to have $13.5 million effing dollars. So, woo, cannot wait. And then they don't have any cap space in the future. Well, let's go to the future. Ladies and gentlemen, next year, $45 million. The year after that, $88 million. And then, the year after that, $128 million. Now, all of these numbers are going to change. You're going to have Hurts, his weird-ass contract with all the things, restructures built into the guarantees. We went over that contract. Go check that video out. But that money, it'll move around. The cap space will go up. We will sign people. We'll trade for people. We'll trade people away. All these things will happen in those years. So those numbers will change. But as they change, I will keep you up to date with every single one of them. And that's what we're here doing right now. And now, I also want to stay in the future a little bit because this question was asked to me again today, with all of those trades, all of the craziness. And if you missed any of it, there's a draft recap show where I went through every single thing as it happened. So go check that out. But let's take a gander at what the Eagles now have after that just pure chaos. And I loved every second of that draft. But let's take a look here. We still have 10 picks next year, 7 picks after that. So not sure what everybody's freaking out about. We went into the draft with 26 picks in the next, 3 years. Well, we picked 7 guys and we've got 17 in the future. So really we lost 2 picks out of all this. Now, clearly we moved around and did, different rounds here, but a first, 2 seconds next year, a third, 5 fifths, and then a 6. Dude, come on, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. You don't think Howie's going to package up some of those fifths, try to move back into the 4th or, another third, a second, a first, take those seconds, a couple fifths, a third, move into the first? He's going to be wheeling and dealing. And then you see, we only lost that 4th round pick. So you got first, second, third, fifth, sixth, and then 2 sevenths. So New Orleans they're the gift that keeps on giving. And I want to give a big shout out to them and Loomis down there. You guys really, really want to thank you. We were able to get Carter, able to get Nolan Smith. Oh, hell yeah. So you see the future picks. You see the cap space, the future cap space. We're sitting pretty right now, ladies and gentlemen, and we can make some more moves. So I know a lot of people feel this roster, it's not done yet. And, well, guess what? It's not. And, some people want it to be done so they can be mad about a certain position. But let me tell you, Howie Roseman knows what he's doing. And if he feels a certain position is weak, well, he will address that. So I'll show you that depth chart just so you can get an idea of what's going on here on this roster. And talked about it, running back, I feel pretty good. But everybody still, questions certain running backs. But it's like, man, DeAndre, Kenny, and Penny, I'm pretty comfortable there. And who wants to win that running back 4 job? Scott, Sermon, maybe Brooks. But you've got a bunch of receivers here, but clearly we have one of the best duos in the game. Let's see if Quez wants to step it up. You got Goddard, who wants to win that tight end 2 battle. You've got a bunch of linemen vying for that right guard job. Steen and Jurgens, Opeta, Driscoll. So we'll see who wins it. But you heard me say I plugged him in there because of the fact that, well, Jeff Stoutland loves him and thinks he could be the next stud at right guard for us. So I feel pretty confident if Jeff Stoutland feels pretty confident. So I just threw him in there. But, man, that offense, explosive. On the defensive side of the ball is where people feel a little iffy here. And I get it. Linebacker, safety, a little questionable. But for me, Nolan Smith, not only an edge rusher, he can be an off-ball linebacker as well. So Nakobe Dean, Nolan Smith, and Nicholas Morrow with maybe a little Sean Bradley, Christian Ellis sprinkled in there. But, this defensive front, My God. I think we're all right there. We got lots of depth, interior wise, edge wise. But I get it with the linebackers. Maybe you trade for a stud, and we've talked about him before, but we'll talk about him again tomorrow. And then we got the best trio of corners in the game, and then that depth is nasty. You've got some young men that are going to be battling to the death for a job. And then at safety, some of those corners are versatile enough to win themselves a job as a backup safety. So even more competition for these guys at safety. But Blankenship, Edmonds, you know me. I love me some Sidney Brown. Still ecstatic we drafted him, and I think he could be our starter sooner rather than later. But Kayvon Wallace here, Andre Sasha-Ray, Justin Evans, Tristan McCollum. Man, lots of depth there, but a lot of people feel maybe you could get a more starting caliber guy, and we've talked about him as well, and we will talk about him tomorrow. But on the special team side, maybe you want to bring in somebody with some return capability. Wouldn't be a horrible idea. So you see out here, there are some guys that are definitely available to make this better. But this team right here, I like Covey as a punt returner. I think if we block more, we'll do better. Boston Scott, though, as a kick returner, need to get a little something going in that area. And I think that we all can agree on that one. But just wanted to give you a quick little look at that depth chart so you can get an idea what's coming your way. But tomorrow, I will show you all that stuff. I'll get you loaded with ammo, ready to rock and roll. So you know all of the things the Eagles can do, all of the ammo they do have. So let's go, baby. But as I said, had to keep this one real short today. But, I talked about it before, that trade video you guys were all a part of. There are different reasons for different guys because of money. I mean, somebody might be better, but that's all of the things I'm going to be getting into. But my man, appreciate you tuning in, Kevin, and let's effing go. But I appreciate you taking the time. I do not mind putting in the work as long as you guys keep showing up. But hey, I hope you got something from this video. I apologize for being $2 off again, but tune in tomorrow. It's going to be a show that's pretty insane. I'm going to try to have that out as soon as I possibly can, but it might be around like 6, 7 o'clock, but I might get it out around 4. It depends on when I can get home tomorrow. We'll see. But look, man, lots going on throughout this offseason. Do not fear. I will try to get you through this, but one of the 5th round picks in the deal with the Cardinals. No, those are all the picks. We traded a 4th in 2025, though. But appreciate you all. You cannot trade those comp picks right now. Those are our compensatory picks that will, be those picks. And that's what we talked about during the draft. You see those picks, and I kept saying we have ammo to trade, but you can't trade those picks. It just shows you, okay, I can trade a 3rd round pick because, well, I'm getting a compensatory 3rd round pick anyway. Now, sure, it's going to be lower than what you had, whatever, but it's just, we know how he knows what he's doing. I think we all are very, very aware of that. So I think you can only trade comp picks in season, not future ones. Yeah, you can't. So Ringo can return. Yeah, and we talked about, we can try him out. And there's a couple guys, what was it? Nada, I think, had some too. So we'll have guys in there. We'll see. 3-4 with card. Well, that's what we've used the last couple of years. We'll continue using those odd fronts, as you guys saw that in that graphic right there. So, yep, those odd fronts will stay. That's why it is in the depth chart like that the last couple of years. We have stuck with the schemes because they work so well. Clearly, thank God we got rid of Gannon, because I'd like to punch him in the throat after hearing the tampering stuff. But I love the defense. That's what it's all about for me. So Sean Desai, that's why I wanted him so desperately. He's going to run a lot of the same concept schemes, but better. I think with more Nick Saban, like quarters to stop the pass. I think a lot of match zone concepts. I think, a lot of things we're going to break down this offseason. But I think for me, there's excitement to be had here, ladies and gentlemen. And, those odd fronts, that's what got it done for us the last couple of years. And this defense was ranked number 10 in, 2 years ago. And that's with Alex Singleton at linebacker. That team. And then we added all that talent, and, they ranked us 2 at the end. So 10 and 2. And that's with, this new Vic Fangio style implemented with a bunch of different stuff, because Vic Fangio is old school. A lot of people use this stuff, but they're adding their twist to it. And I love what Sean Desai is going to bring here. I think he's going to be 10 times better than Jonathan Gannon. And I think this defense is going to be even better. And that's pretty scary, because we were close to breaking the sack record. We're the first team in NFL history with 4 players over 10 plus sacks. And yeah, man, I think we're going to wreak some havoc this year. So all about it. Number 1 pass defense. Let's do it again. But ladies and gentlemen, all I've got for you tonight If you are watching this later, please feel free to ask any questions down below. But I hope to see you tomorrow for that trade show because it is going to be insane. Like 25, 30 players. I'm dead ass serious. And all of the contract info, everything you need to know. So if somebody asks you about a certain player, this, that, you want to know you can trade for this player, even if it seems ridiculous, I'm going to throw them on there because you guys ask about everyone. So I want to make sure you guys understand why I feel that way about certain someone. Let's go, Bird, Steven. Appreciate you tuning in. But yeah, man, we just continue doing exactly what we did last year. But appreciate all of you tuning in. Hope you have yourselves a great rest of your night. Look, if you ever need anything, feel free to reach out. You know I'm always here. I say it all the time, but I mean it. Please feel free. Apparently somebody heard that and needs a little help, so I'm going to go get to that. But hope you all have yourselves a great rest of your night. Until next time, I'm Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!